Hello, welcome to another October build. This one is my final October build since it also is the last day of October, so happy Halloween everyone. For this build, we are making a suburban home and then getting it ready for a Halloween party. This was really fun to do. I kind of wanted to, and I still might for November 1st, we'll see, no promises, but I kind of wanted to trash it and have the aftermath of a Halloween party as well. So I might just do that as a fun little something for tomorrow. But for today on Halloween, we're making the suburban home ready for a Halloween party. So this is a limited pack build. I only used seasons, base game, and spooky day stuff. So if you have seasons and spooky day stuff, you are good to go on this build. It was super fun, and I didn't even really feel that restricted. I feel like seasons is just a really good pack for building anyways in general. So it gave me a lot of stuff to work with, and there are some things that I hadn't used from seasons in a while, so I kind of like doing these restricted packs because they make me use them. So, or remind me of certain objects in those packs. So the Seasons couch, for example, I remember being all about it when Seasons first came out, and then I just forgot about it. But I'm glad that this build because I remembered about it again. But yeah. For the exterior, I really wanted to use the arched window that we got with the industrial loft kit debacle. So we got that in the base game after that kit was announced, a little bit after that kit was announced and released. But I don't think I'd used it really effectively anywhere. I don't know. I feel like it's an odd one to use because there aren't too many windows that match it. And so it kind of has to be on its own separate, see how I kind of used it on its own separate section of the house there. I feel like it's hard to put it right next to something, but if it's on its own portion, it works out pretty well. So I'm glad that I got that to work. I initially wanted to put it right above the door where that other window is, but it was too wide, and you can't really size windows up and down. So I ended up just putting it on its own section, but I think it looked really good, and I quite like how this place turned out. I originally looked up the Halloween Town house because I was like, oh man, I could make that. That seems fun. I could replicate that, and then quickly discovered that the Halloween Town house is kind of not that aesthetic. I don't know. It's a older Victorian home, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it was just kind of bland. I don't know why, but in my memory, I thought that it was a suburban house, kind of like this. So I ended up just doing a typical suburban, kind of US suburban home. And then I tried to add some fall colors. I was gonna make the outside, or I was thinking of making it red instead of blue for the main house exterior. But I like the blue better because I feel like it looks a lot more like it's a typical home that's been decorated for Halloween rather than a home made, built with Halloween in mind, if that makes sense. But I used, I guess I will say I did use something from the holiday pack or whatever. I don't even know what it's considered. But that literally is a free pack, so it should be, everyone should have it, so that should be fine. But I think it does show up on the gallery as an extra pack other than base game, which is interesting. But right now we're doing the floor plan, and I ended up using a lot of inspiration from Modern Family, the show, the floor plan there. I feel like whenever I make a suburban, I'm always making them look like the Modern Family floor plan. I don't know, I just really like the big entrance in the front, and then with the stairs, even though that makes heating a bit of a bear, and then the kitchen and living room, everything just off of the entrance like that. I don't know, I think it just looks really cozy, so I tend to use that floor plan template a lot. But here we are working in the kitchen, and then there's like a little dining nook that's going to be next to the kitchen. And then over through here is going to be the living room. I had a little bit of trouble figuring out the windows for the back of the house. And so I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to start putting furniture in, and then, you know, whatever makes sense to be there, well, it'll come together. So this was a bit of a trust the process kind of thing. And over here I put together a couple of counters so that I could make the sink more centered. That's a trick that I like to do a lot, just because oftentimes I'll have a even number of tiles and I want the sink to be in the middle. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. For this kitchen, of all things, I actually was taking some inspiration layout-wise from Pretty Little Liars, the Marin kitchen. I don't know why I'm doing a lot of like TV show. I guess because there are a lot of the Suburbans that I've, like the more like middle class Suburbans that I've seen have been from TV shows, because I went to elementary school with some very wealthy people, so I saw a lot of Suburbans, but they were not middle class Suburbans, certainly. But yeah, I think that I like, or in general, I know that for kitchens, the best rule of thumb for designing a kitchen is to have like a triangle between the sink, fridge, and stove. Of course, you're always going to have a triangle between 3 points, unless two of them are on a line, I guess, together. But, or at least unless they're all on the line, rather. But like an equilateral triangle, I think, is what you're supposed to have. So this is not quite that, but it's, you know, it's sort of close. It works out reasonably. I think I would like to cook in that kitchen. It's a nice kitchen. There's a lot of light from the window, and yeah, it seems pretty inviting to me. I'll have to look up exactly what it is, because now that I'm thinking about it, there's no way that it can be equilateral. But there is like some ratio, or like some layout that's supposed to be like the best, or like a rule of thumb layout to follow when you build a kitchen, but I don't know. I don't quite remember exactly what it is. But here I am working on the sitting area kind of thing over here. Man, I still wish that we had some more like table size options other than like those tiny circle tables or those huge circle tables for 6 people, you know? And the tiny circle tables do not look like they could fit 4 people comfortably at all. Like, I feel like your feet would just be hitting everyone else's feet and it would just be a mess. But one can dream. I want like a 1.5 table, you know, that fits like 4. That's what I would like. A 1.5 size circle table, but oh well. I don't think we're gonna get that, but that's okay. I didn't do too crazy decoration-wise in the kitchen, just because my like inspiration for this was like, okay, maybe like the dad or mom or one of the parents, whatever, is like really into Halloween, and so they like went all out with the Halloween decoration, and I imagine that it would be more like decoration in like the living spaces rather than in the kitchen. I mean, the kitchen is a living space, but mostly in the living room, because that would be where people would congregate the most. So I did go all out in the living room, but not quite as much in the kitchen. I don't know why, but I remember as I was building this room that I was convinced that we had a fireplace that came with seasons, because wouldn't that make sense to have a fireplace that comes with seasons, because you want to be warm in like the winter and the fall? But no, we didn't. So yeah, so I ended up just doing a base game fireplace, but that was fine. But they're so chunky. The base game fireplaces are so chunky. And I know that we have like a faux fireplace with that holiday pack that I did use, but I wanted it to be like a proper fireplace, because I wanted you to be able to actually light a fire in it and stuff. So I didn't end up going with that, but yeah. I have to say that this was like stupid fun and made me really want to like decorate my place for Halloween. And I do have a decent amount of pumpkins around, but I need to not buy decorations because it'll just get really bad. Like I'll just have too many. Like I'll go too far. I have some like faux pumpkins that are just stuffed. I think I have 4 of them, and I can just, they're small, they're not huge pumpkins, and I can just sort of scatter them around my apartment as part of the fall decorations. And then I also have like different pillow case cover things for my throw pillows, so depending on the season I can just change them out. So that's good, that's enough. I think that needs to be where I stay as far as decoration, because otherwise it'll be bad and I'll go all out. That's one of the things that's good about The Sims, is that I can use it to sate all of my like decorative desires, and then I don't end up actually buying things because I can just make it on The Sims and then I don't need to purchase the things. I feel like I did this a lot with like clothing too, and like new trends and fashion stuff, or even like stuff that I don't think that I would wear, but I still like want to have a sim. Like, you know, it's fun to like dress up, right? But it's like I don't actually want to like change outfits like 8 times, but you can like make a sim and then change their outfit like 8 times. So it's just a life hack. But yeah, I really like what I ended up doing with the telescope up here in the 2nd floor. I was trying to figure out what to put in that little like awkward alcove space that the railing makes, and then I was like, oh my god, wait, we have like a reasonably sized telescope now. That's absolutely a thing that I've seen in people's houses, including my parents, or my father's really, but of like having a telescope to look out. So I don't know. I'm unreasonably happy with myself for thinking of that. Just because normally I feel like in a corner like that I would have just put like a plant or something kind of useless. I mean, decorative and pretty, but not usable. So that was kind of cool that we actually have something useful. I know that where I have built this, you would just be like seeing the neighbors across the street, but if you put this somewhere else, like in Willow Creek or something, then you could actually have like a proper view of like the cosmos or something. So when I was thinking about the family and like the story for this build, I was thinking that it was like a set of teenage siblings who were planning on throwing like a Halloween party when their parents went away for the weekend. So, you know, the parents have already like decorated for Halloween because like one of the parents, or maybe both, are really interested in Halloween. They're really big fans of Halloween. And so they had like their own party, or, you know, maybe they just like having the house decorated. And then they have like, maybe they have like some like adult costume, like adults only like costume party or something that they go to over Halloween. And so the teenage children and then their child are all gonna just like stay at home over the weekend by themselves. So I think that the teenagers are planning on like throwing a party. So that was my thought there. But yeah, the family consists of like the parents and then 2 teenagers, and they have the 2 rooms that I'm building here, the orange one and the green one. So they both have like a double bed. And then the child who is in another room that I'll be building later. So as far as the teenagers, I think I gave one of them like a lot of sport type trophy and awards and stuff, and then I gave the other one, I don't remember what I did for the other one. I think I just, you know, I don't think I gave them too much as far as like activities, but they could maybe be into like writing or something. I gave them a desk, so you could always go with that route. But yeah, the parents' room here was like really big, but I didn't feel like it felt like too big. I feel like oftentimes I'll have a big room like this and then be like, oh my god, I don't know how to fill this up. But I feel like, I don't know, this room didn't feel too big, so that was exciting. I gave them like some plants in the corner, and I gave them like a really cool kind of like long wardrobe thing, which I have never done before. I don't know why, because literally my parents growing up had something like that, so I don't know why I haven't thought to do it before, but I did think to do it here, and I think it worked really well. So yeah. But for the bathrooms, I mostly copied over a lot of the stuff from previous bathrooms. So there is a hall bath upstairs for all 3 kids, and then an ensuite for the parents. I was gonna make a hall bath and the ensuite, and then a Jack and Jill between the teenagers, but I don't know. I ended up just deciding that they could all share the hall bath, and then the teenagers could have bigger rooms. I don't know if that was the right decision in terms of gameplay, if that would get to be kind of difficult to have 3 Sims sharing one bathroom, but I do not plan to be playing with this house, really. I'd mostly just plan to build it. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could definitely add like a Jack and Jill bathroom, but for the twins. Oh, if you don't know, a Jack and Jill bathroom is basically like a bathroom that can only be accessed from a bedroom, and it can be accessed from 2 bedrooms, if that makes sense. Like, it's between 2 bedrooms instead of like being off of a hallway. You think of bathrooms usually being like off of the hallway. It's off of 2 bedrooms, like it's wedged in between them, so you have to like go through a bedroom to get to the bathroom, but you like share it with another bedroom. I don't know, hopefully that makes sense. I feel like this is something that requires like a visual aid, so you should maybe just Google Jack and Jill bathroom and see some floor plan examples. But yeah, it would be like between the 2 teenager rooms. I did the order of I did a build in like kind of a weird order for me. Typically I do the full or like the facade, which I did do first, and then I do floor plan, which helps me to figure out if I need to make any adjustments to the side or the back of the house. I usually don't make too many adjustments to the front. And then after that, I'll do like the whole exterior and then the whole interior. But for this one, I went facade, floor plan, and adjustments, and then I did like full interior. And then, oh, and even when I do full interior, usually I do like full interior after doing like wallpapers and stuff. But for some reason this time I did like all the furniture first and then the wallpaper afterwards, which I think I kind of preferred, actually. I felt like it made me make the furniture do more for the rooms. I feel like usually when I have the wallpaper already down, or like the wall covering, whatever it might be, paint or brick or whatever, there's already color in the room, and so I don't lean on I don't feel the need for the furniture to be as colorful. Whereas maybe also because I was making a build that was going to be like all decorated for Halloween, I went a lot harder on like all the decorations and everything, rather than leaning on the paint color, the wall color to make rooms interesting. But I don't know, maybe it's something that I'll start doing in the future. But we're nearing the end of the build. I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you have a happy Halloween. Thanks so much for joining me for my little mini October build series. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.